Hey guys, my name's Roy. And this is
I'm Don.
We're down at Good Guys Gardening Center today, and the reason that we're reaching out to you guys today is because typically in the past we've only carried ProMix HP. And you've heard us do video after video about all the benefits of ProMix HP, and you've also seen us do posts every time we get it in. And basically ProMix HP has been a growing medium that at Good Guys we've carried for 17 years. We typically in the past have not carried other mediums other than the ProMix HP because we find it to be a superior growing medium. So we recently moved, as most of you know, to the Ackland Granger building, 2 doors south of the old location. And with that came a lot more space. And we've had a lot of inquiries from past clients as well as new clients who are asking us for different soil mediums for different purposes. And so what we've done now is we partnered up with ProMix and we have brought in 3 different types. And we're just going to go through today and we're going to talk about the 3 different types of ProMix and who would benefit by using them. So we're going to start with the ProMix HP. And so Don, you've been working here for years. We've carried ProMix HP.
Yep.
Why do you like ProMix HP? Like, what do you find to be the benefits of ProMix HP?
Sterile, no contaminants, pH balanced. I don't have to mess with it. I don't need to augment it with anything for porosity, for loft, for moisture retention.
And what would the HP, when we talk about ProMix and we say HP, what does the HP stand for?
High porosity.
High porosity, what does that mean?
Your air is going to get into your roots, so you're going to have lots of oxygen where it's needed.
Yes.
The water gets through it with perlite and vermiculite that's mixed in.
Oh, I see.
It gives it good moisture retention. With mycorrhizae bacterium, you get phenomenal root growth.
Okay, and do all growing mediums carry that? How do you say that word again?
Mycorrhizae.
Mycorrhizae. And what is mycorrhizae?
It's beneficial bacteria. It just provides a positive growing zone for anything with roots.
Okay, very, very interesting. So we've carried that, you know, like I said, for 17 plus years, right since we opened up our doors. And now that we have all this extra room, we're starting to carry some other ones. And I'm just going to get you guys to take a look over here. These are the 3 different types of ProMix we have. So I think we've already covered the HP, the high porosity, with, tell us again how to pronounce that word, Don?
Mycorrhizae.
Mycorrhizae. It's probably a word that I'll never be able to say, but that's why we have Don working down here as well. So for those of you, just tell him you're looking for the stuff with the M in it, and he'll be able to help you out. So now let's talk about the BX. So we have a ProMix HP. We already know that this stands for high porosity. And now we have a BX. So with the BX, this is a new product for us, right? Now obviously this has been made by ProMix for a long time, but we have very specific gardeners that were looking for something with high porosity. What would the benefits of BX be? Actually, what is BX? I see that M word again, and one more time, Don.
Mycorrhizae.
Mycorrhizae. So with the ProMix BX with mycorrhizae, what is it?
It's a little better for outdoor use, for general purpose, home and garden. There's a little less porosity in it, a little more of the sphagnum moss and peat moss for the water retention.
And I believe it also has a little bit more vermiculite than the HP, doesn't it?
Yes, it does. So you get really, really good root growth. You can augment it year by year into your flower beds. It doesn't go off.
It doesn't go off. So let me get this straight. So we've got a ProMix BX, and it's a general purpose. So any type of gardener, like would this be somebody who's...
Any type of gardener.
Any type of gardener?
You're growing daffodils, you're growing carrots, you're growing corn, you're growing hay.
Okay. And are people typically going to be taking this and tilling it into their...
Yep, that would be the primary use for it.
Okay. Do we also have clients that use these in raised beds and that type of idea?
Yep.
Absolutely.
Ideal for that.
Okay, fantastic. Is there anything else that you think that we should be sharing with our customers and the people that are watching in regards specifically
the entire
to
ProMix line is pH balanced. So you break it up, you moisten it, you plant in it. You don't have to mess about with anything.
Well, hold on. Can't you do that with any type of growing medium?
Not all of them.
Really? Okay,
Not
well
all
that's interesting to know and to make a note of. One of the things too that I want to just step back here to the HP as well, and you touched on it briefly. The thing that I personally really like about this, and I say it over and over again, when I use a different type of growing medium and I forget to water, let's say some growing pots, or we don't have enough rain, that type of idea. When I break up these other mediums, I find that when I'm breaking them up, they're breaking roots. And the thing that I always liked about that HP, that high porosity, is I always say that even when it dries out, I can put my hands on top of these pots and I can break it all back up, and I don't do any type of stress or damage to those type of things.
None of the clay, next to no sand in it, unlike other brands that are out there.
And let me ask you one more question, because you just touched on something briefly, and that's pH. What's so important about pH when it comes to soils and growing mediums?
Too high, it's burning the roots off. Too low, it's locking up the nutrients in it.
So is pH something that you would think that any type of gardener should be aware of?
Oh,
like
yes.
What the pH of their soil is?
Very least what the pH of their water is.
And I absolutely agree with you. For me, and we've known each other for years, it's really important to me to know two things. I need to know what my pH is, the difference between my alkalinity and my acidity.
You bet.
And I also need to know what my parts per million are. And you had said something interesting early in this conversation about this being a sterilized medium. So is it safe for me then to assume that I'm starting almost at 0 parts per million, or at least as low parts per million?
As close as you can get to 0.
So I'm starting with basically a clean slate.
Clean slate.
Okay. I want to mention one other thing here that we didn't mention before. And a lot of people come in and they tell us that they're using soil mediums, they're using whatever medium they are, and that they're simply adding nutrients to water. And if you're listening closely to what Don is saying, we're starting here with 0. So if we add 200 parts per million based upon a wholesaler or a recommendation, but we actually already have 500 or 600 parts per million within our soil medium or our growing medium, we're actually giving our plants 200 plus that 400 or 500. So to me, that's like, especially when it's seedlings and young cuttings, that's like feeding a baby steak and potatoes.
You betcha.
It's just not going to take it.
And what's worse, you really have no idea what that baseline parts per million.
Excellent point.
So we fine and dandy to say you've got 200, 400, 300 parts per million.
Right.
Is it salt? Is it phosphates? Is it just rock dust?
Very true, very true. And again, keeping in mind that all nutrient bottles, when they give you instructions on add 15 mils per liter or gallon or whatever the growing instructions are, they're always basing that on 0 parts per million. So they are taking into account when they're giving you a feed schedule that you're starting at 0. So you better be aware of what your parts per million are. So I know we kind of went off track a little bit more, but I want to draw your attention now to the third product that we've brought in. And this is our second new product.
Nice.
So this one is, out of everything that we've got in, this is exciting. And I'm going to tell you why I'm so personally excited about this. It's not to a point of glee, but certainly I'm excited. So with the ProMix HP CC, Don, what's the CC stand for? Let them know.
Coconut core.
Coconut core. You know what we like about coconut core, or at least for me? I love the fact that it holds so much moisture. And although we do sell coconut core, and we have a lot of people who come in and ask for it, a most common mistake that people use is they use it by itself, and they think that they need to water it the same as they would water a normal ProMix or another growing medium. However, what happens when we keep watering coconut core?
You end up damping off.
Damping off.
Roots never dry out. They can't breathe, so you end up rotting off below.
You end up rotting everything off. So that's the bad side of using just pure coconut core. Here's the good part. This is a balanced amount within it. Who's this perfect for? In your opinion, who would this be perfect for? I've got my opinion.
Anybody who wants to go organic indoors. Anybody who goes away on a vacation or for a long weekend.
How about anybody who grows outdoors and may not be able to access their garden every single day.
Exactly.
What if they're working night shift or they're working out of town and they can only come and check on their plants they're growing outside once every week or once every 2 weeks?
This will give you the extra day or so of bump time.
Okay, and would you say that now that we have a ProMix HP with coconut coir in it, that not only is this beneficial for, you know, absentee gardeners, so to speak, but what else would be a benefit of this?
Oh, Lord. Neutral pH, like
Neutral
all their
pH.
products.
So they're all neutral pH.
They're all neutral pH.
Okay.
They put the work in to give us a better product.
Okay.
By putting the core in, they can use less of the spawn moss, so that takes the tannin out, the acidity that you normally get from that.
Hey, Don, I'm sorry to interrupt you, but what are those things called that we sell where we add water to them and they expand, and people had to keep mixing it in to keep it, keep the land?
The hydrogel.
So hydrogel. So those are basically little water crystals that hold water.
Yep.
And they
The
mix
core
it in.
fiber does all that and does it better. It keeps water in a suspended state that's easier for the plant to uptake.
Okay.
Where the hydro pellets took forever to leach water back into the system, and in a lot of cases brought salts with them. There's none of that with this.
Well, and the other thing with that as well is that previously, prior to the cocoa coir, what we've had to do is we've had to mix it and then plant it. And if we have to go somewhere, we're planting in our backyard or in pots, that kind of idea, it's one extra step that we've had to take.
You bet.
And so I think that with the cocoa coir, especially for guys who are outdoor gardeners, you know, extended periods of time, now they have something where they don't need to mix and fuss. It's ready to go.
Wet it, plant it.
And away you go.
You're done.
And one more question for you, Don. Is this a sterilized medium as well?
You betcha.
Okay, so
And
all ProMix, as you mentioned.
You're not pulling a gallon pot of wood out of it like other unnamed brands.
Yeah, we won't name them, but I think lots of us know who they are for those people who have taken out handfuls and
I've never
bucketfuls.
had weeds show up.
Okay.
I've never had thrips show up.
Very interesting.
I'm sold on it.
Yeah, me too. So, guys, I think that's about all that we have to share, unless you have some other input that you want to share. But as we mentioned, we now have 3 types of ProMix in stock. To start again from the top, we have the ProMix HP, we have the ProMix BX, and we have the ProMix HP with cocoa coir. And Don, tell us what this word means again, or what it says.
Mycorrhizae.
Mycorrhizae.
A beneficial bacteria.
Awesome.
Helps the roots.
Gotta like that. So again, I'm Roy.
I'm Don.
Come down to Good Guys.
goodguysgardening.com.
Come down and see us, guys. Take care. Bye.